All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to Channel MMA. We're going to talk really briefly about Yair Rodriguez. He's stepping up short notice to fight the Korean Zombie at UFC Denver, UFC Fight Night 139. This is going to be on November 10th, and this, I believe, is the 25th anniversary show. So it should be a pretty good show. I'm not sure what the whole card looks like, but he definitely, this fight was supposed to be Frankie Edgar and the Korean Zombie. Frankie Edgar had to pull out due to injury. And so Yair Rodriguez gets to step in for a main event, basically. This is a pretty good step in for him. Actually, this card looks really good. Really, really good. Joseph Benavidez versus Ray Borg. Raquel Pennington versus GDR. Daniel Cerrone versus Perry. Korean Zombie versus Yair Rodriguez. It's a fan card. Definitely a fan card. Macy Barber is going to be debuting. I think this is her UFC debut. Yeah, this is going to be her UFC debut. It's not a bad card at all, actually. Definitely a fan card, though. But anyways, Yair Rodriguez, I think he's something like 18. No, I'm sorry. I think he's like 10-2. Let me make sure. Yair Rodriguez's record is 10 wins, 2 losses. He's been in the UFC for a little while now. He's been in the UFC since 2015. He's had 7 fights in the UFC. He's only lost 1. He lost 1 fight to Frankie Edgar. Frankie Edgar beat the snot out of that kid. I'm telling you, Frankie Edgar literally beat the shit out of him. I mean, it was an old school ass whooping. It really was like a street fight. He just put him on the ground, beat his ass. I wish I could be more eloquent than that, but that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. Frankie Edgared him. He Edgared him, basically. So, Yair Rodriguez lost that fight in May. He was supposed to fight. Who was he supposed to fight? The Russian fighter that trains over with Mark Henry. He was booked to fight. I cannot remember this fighter's name now. Zabit. He was supposed to fight Zabit Magomedsharipov on UFC 228. He pulled out of that fight. Right? He actually was first supposed to fight him, I think, before that he was supposed to fight him, but then he didn't even want to fight. He didn't sign for the fight. He said that he had personal issues, personal reasons. Dana White cut him. Straight cut him, released him from the organization. And then time passed. I think that Yair Rodriguez has a damn good manager, damn good agent, damn good something, because he got signed back to the UFC. They put him back on the UFC, and then they signed him to fight Zabit Magomedsharipov at UFC 228. So Yair Rodriguez, he said he's going to fight. That's cool. He's signing. He's definitely going to fight. And then he pulls out with an injury. Pulls out of the fight due to injury. So right now, we have not seen Yair Rodriguez fight since May of 2017. So he's going on he's going on a year and a half. And he hasn't fought. Something's up. Something's definitely up. I'm not sure what is going on with Yair Rodriguez. From what I know, he was supposed to be training out of Chicago, but there are photos that I've seen him training down at the Winkeljohn camp. I hope that is not getting to him, because we know there's only a certain type of fighter can withstand the Winkeljohn gym. So I don't know what's going on with Yair Rodriguez, but I hope that he shows up and brings his best fight, because the guy is actually a good fighter. Before he lost to Frankie Edgar, he was a big time prospect. Really big prospect in the UFC featherweight division, but, he lost the fight. All he had to do was get back on the horse. That was really all he had to do, just get back on, string some wins together, but he obviously really needed to take some time, and he seemed really hurt about that loss. It was doctor stoppage. Frankie Edgar basically turned Yair Rodriguez's eye into a freaking golf ball, man. It looked like a golf ball was shoved up underneath his eye. It was bad. The dude could not even open his eyes, so the doctor stopped it. And to be honest, that was a good doctor stoppage. Really, really good stoppage. So, but he was definitely gutted. The guy was just gutted. He wanted to carry on. He had that Mexican heart. Couldn't be mad at that one bit. Couldn't be mad at it, but the ref had to save him from himself. But I hope that he's gotten past it. I hope that he gets in there, shows his best fight. Korean Zombie I know a lot of people are really, really high on the Korean Zombie. I am too. Yes, he's a good fighter. Really good fighter. But this is a much better suited fight for Yair Rodriguez than like a Frankie Edgar. I just thought it was a leap. You know, I think if Yair Rodriguez fights Frankie Edgar, if he fights Brian Ortega, if he fights Max Holloway, I think he gets smoked. I actually think he gets absolutely smoked. So this is a much better fight. Just let him continue to kind of get a little bit of stride, work out the kinks, get better at, because Yair he'll get into a brawl with you. He actually will get into a bit of a brawl. And, we want to see him be able to just shine. When he can really, really shine, then that's when you move him up the division, up the line a little bit. But he definitely jumped up a little too fast and he got his ass sat back down. Anyways, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts in the comments section.